Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at ham radios. We're going to use our PortaPack, and I'm also going to use my RTL-SDR dongle. This is the version that I'm using, RTL-SDR dongle version 3, version 3. This is the version that I'm using. Actually, I made a portable spectrum analyzer, so that's why it is like this. So I'm going to insert this, and I'm going to use this to actually. We're going to do ham radios using software-defined radio platform. So I'm going to leave this open. So in order for us to do these ham radios, the thing is about the ham radios and the repeater that we're going to focus on, we're going to look at actually a 2-meter band, which operates somewhere around 144 megahertz roughly, and around 148 megahertz. This is generally where the ham radio repeaters operate. So we're going to actually look at those frequencies using our Mayhem PortaPack. And also at the same time, I also have my GNU Radio flow graph, which is running on my screen. And we're going to walk through this flow graph, and then we're going to actually see if it's working, how good it's working. And we're going to try to demodulate the signal using Narrowband FM. So in order for me to do that, let's just keep this thing running on our PortaPack. Eventually you're seeing these signals frequently popping up like in red. This is where the receiver signal is being received by my PortaPack. So we're going to do the same thing. My antenna is hooked up outside of my room. So we're going to have our RTL-SDR dongle, which is plugged in. And then we have a couple of things going on. These repeaters, they operate, they use the modulation technique Narrowband FM or NFM. So that's why we're using Narrowband FM receive. Then we have an audio sync and frequency sync and so on and so forth. So let me walk you through this flow graph. The flow graph goes like this. So we have a signal. I am directly looking at this signal using a frequency sync. That's the first step. Second, the signal is going into a low pass filter that has a decimation factor of 5. Why 5? Because I need to have a quadrature rate of 480 kilohertz. And 2.4 megahertz, if you divide this by 5, you'll get 480 kilohertz. Once you have these low pass filter and you have your decimation factor set to something other than 1, you gotta change the sample rate from the next from this, wherever you have changed this, wherever you have used your decimation factor. After all of these blocks, you have to manually change your sample rate. That's why after this, your bandwidth is changed here. So your bandwidth, which is actually 480 kilohertz, which is going as a sample rate. That's why the sample rate with the signal that is coming directly from your RTL-SDR dongle going into a frequency sync, the bandwidth remains the same as your sample rate. But here we have changed this because once you have this decimation factor after your low pass filter block or any filter block plus your rational resampler, you got to change your sample rate manually by yourself. It does not automatically track your sample rate. So cutoff frequencies have about 100 kilohertz, so 2.4 megahertz divided by 5 will give you 480 kilohertz, and then 48 kilohertz is the sample rate of my audio sync, which is so I can hear it on my speaker, on my laptop speaker. Then the same thing is going into a frequency sync, and after the low pass filter, we're also looking at this signal using a GUI frequency sync. It's straightforward, nothing is going on, nothing fancy. I have my RF gain, which is right here, that is being controlled by this GUI range slider. My tunable frequency, which is going from 144 megahertz all the way up to 148 megahertz, this is controlled by this GUI range slider. And these are the variables which are being called here under advanced. If you under general, this is the frequency, tune times, whatever the tuning number is, multiply that by 1 megahertz, so you get 144 megahertz and whatever it is. Okay, the next step you need to do is actually run this flow graph. After you run this flow graph, a couple of things will happen. All right, so you will see an actual signal. This is that tunable frequency signal that you're seeing, 146 megahertz. You can tune this to anything you want, all the way up to 148 megahertz. Let me turn this off, turn off the volume. And this is your low pass filter, and this is where the signal is coming. Now, you guys can automatically see there's a spike which is at somewhere around 146.196. So this is where you can tune in. So I can simply go in 146.196, and these spikes will continuously pop up. All right, this is where you need to observe them. At this particular spectrum, you will see these spikes certainly popping up here, 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 here. These are different repeaters, or the repeater which is operating it. You can increase the gain as you want as well. All right, and just like that, you can just tune into any of these frequencies. So we're gonna wait for something to pop in, and then you can, like for example, right here, 973. So 146.973, I can tune into that frequency as well. 973. All right, and so on. This is 146. Let's see something is popping up or not. You can exactly do the same thing here as well on your PortaPack. Now, if you were to observe your PortaPack, you can just simply go in and let's see. Okay, so if you were to watch on the screen here, we're going to focus on one. We're going to take one of these frequencies and we're going to try to look at the same frequency using my PortaPack. So let's wait for it. Right, I have seen when I was experimenting with this, I have seen another spike at somewhere around 146.187 megahertz. This is where I also saw a spike of my repeater as well. So you can also observe the same thing here as well. At the same time, you can also see it on the GNU Radio flow graph as well, that you are continuously seeing those spikes coming in onto a spectrum, and then you can tune into that particular frequency. So for example, let me just turn on the volume. All right, let's see somewhere. So this is generally how you can actually look at them. So let me go somewhere around here, 973. Right. A couple of things that you need to notice when you're working with your PortaPack. Let me turn off this volume. A couple of things that you need to work with when you're working with. So you make sure you have selected your NFM to be Narrowband FM, and this bandwidth can be either 6.25 or either 12.5. So it depends on your bandwidth as well. So let's just keep this bandwidth around 12 kilohertz, and you can change your squelch level as well. That will determine if there's a noise signal or what, and so on and so forth. Make sure you have your speaker on. You can clearly see that there is a presence of this strong signal that you're observing, and you can see that the repeater is operating somewhere around that vicinity. Here we go. So that's the idea behind this. You can use either your GNU Radio Companion SDR, or you can use your PortaPack to actually look for these ham radio receivers which are generally present, and you can demodulate them using the flow graph that you are seeing, or you can use your PortaPack. So I hope you find this video to be helpful. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.